College is known to be the sure way to success. You go to school, get a degree, and you're set for life. If there's any one thing that parents want for their kids after high school, it's to get a degree in a well-known university. But college is expensive, and it's rising faster than any other debt per year. Studies show that the average debt is over $37,000 in loans per student. That's over $1.5 trillion in total debt in the United States. So, is it really worth spending time and money at a 4-year university, all for a piece of paper? Let's find out. Debt is scary. College debts are especially scary. To show the differences, I'll have to compare how they both work. Normally, when loaners loan money, it's the lenders that are taking the risk in hopes that one day you will pay them back. And when you can't, you have nothing to lose. You declare bankruptcy, the lender loses their bets, and you walk away with nothing. This is why banks can't loan money to everyone who asks for it. They check your credibility, social security, and everything else to ensure that you can pay them back. But colleges are a different story. If you are unable to pay back loans, you are responsible for your own losses. You are both the borrower and the loaner. Unlike bank loans, college debt can follow you until you die. Additionally, colleges have it like a dream. Their students pay what they don't have, and when they aren't able to pay them back, colleges don't care. Most of the time, it isn't the colleges who lost the money. Your money is already in their hands. It's 2019 and the cost of education is way overvalued. And by the looks of things, the cost of college doesn't seem like it'll drop anytime soon. So, what is the real cost of a 4-year education? We can actually calculate this. On average, 25% of your money is going towards actual learning material. This means that you're overpaying by 400%. So if you're paying $10,000 a year, that could have easily been $2,500. Everything else you pay is just the college's extra money. Additionally, colleges are now increasing their college curriculums. Studies show that on average, people are now graduating in 5.1 years instead of 4. That's another way colleges found to profit an extra 20% from corners, as well as taking more of your time. It's common belief that a college degree is necessary to land high-paying jobs, but that isn't always the case. In fact, there are many high-paying jobs right now ranging from a web developer, electrician, various therapist fields, and more. And with the power of the internet, there are many more opportunities now than ever before. And there's an unlimited amount of resources online that you can learn from. When you think about it, it's actually pretty ridiculous to pay for a 4-year university just to learn things that are already accessible online for free. So why bother with college when you can learn things that you want to learn at your own pace? Unless you're trying to land a job in a specific profession that requires training, such as a teacher, doctor, or lawyer, your time is probably best spent elsewhere. Many people give up their freedom in exchange for years in a school institution, along with years of debt, all the while missing out on real-world experience. Time spent in boring lecture halls and classrooms could be better spent learning, exploring, and gaining actual experience out in the real world. One might argue that by not going to college, the opportunity to socialize will be missed out on. Well, that is simply not the case. There are many opportunities for socializing outside of college. Various clubs, workplaces, or even at churches are some great examples to name a few. In any case, if the main reason you want to go to college is to socialize and party every night, then you're probably better off not going anyway. Khan Academy, Skillshare, and many other online courses are on the rise, and most of the time, they give better education than what colleges have to offer, for much less. While online courses adapt to the internet, colleges can't. College textbooks are simply rebranded versions of outdated material. And you still have to come to class with 30 other students at a specific time, not to mention you have to be near the college you go to. Meanwhile, you can take a course like Skillshare anywhere on Earth, as long as the internet can reach it. You could even take your courses on the moon if you wanted to. So if you're thinking about going to college, at least consider an online alternative, as you'll have better access to updated information and save more money. Studies show that on average, people with college degrees make more than those without one. Who wouldn't take that deal, you might ask? Chances are, however, if you graduated from your college, you probably won't even put your degree into use. Studies have shown that only 27% of college graduates have actually had a job that was related to their major. So unless you know for a fact on what you want to do for the rest of your life, it's probably time to reconsider going to college. So why do people go to college in the first place? There must be reasons why people still go for higher education, right? Well, it's usually for earning more money, meeting new people, and having a better life, not necessarily for the education. In other words, people want to be integrated into the middle class, and to live a middle class life is very tempting, that some would go $100,000 into debt. But we're smarter than that. College is by no means necessary to have a fulfilling lifestyle. You can learn, socialize, and have tons of fun without going at all, not to mention a great paying job. That said, if you are currently considering going to college right now, really take the time to self-reflect and ask, why do I want to go to college? Is it for a better life, better job, or maybe it's because you want to please your parents and relatives, or not wanting to fall behind your peers. Now don't get me wrong, while college is still great for specific professions or a field that you are very passionate about, most of the time it just isn't worth it. In any case, the last thing you want to do is fall into a huge pile of debt that will restrict your freedom and take years to climb out of. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Also, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated with the latest uploads. Until then, see you next time.